Good evening. This is your anchor delivering the most urgent, comprehensive emergency broadcast on day 12 of the Iran-Israel-United States war that's now burning across the Middle East, sinking ships in critical oil lanes and sending global markets into freefall as midnight strikes and dawn breaks over the world's most volatile flashpoint. Iran just unleashed its most intense operation since the war began, firing advanced ballistic missiles at Tel Aviv and Haifa in Israel, sirens screaming across the Jewish state as millions shelter underground. This hot-breaking news, confirmed moments ago by U.S. news channels, collides with 3 merchant ships ablaze near the Strait of Hormuz, 20% of global oil transit route, after unknown projectiles struck, crews evacuating in lifeboats as U.S. Central Command announces elimination of 16 Iranian mine layers and naval vessels in the same waters. Hundreds lie dead today alone. Lebanon reports 570 killed and 750,000 displaced. Dubai airport counts 4 foreign workers injured by crashing Iranian drones, and the death toll since February 28 surges past 1,800. Kuwait downs 8 drones. UAE and Qatar scramble missile defenses. This is no longer a regional skirmish. It's worldwide economic warfare with oil routes blockaded, refineries crippled, and humanitarian catastrophe exploding. From U.S. military bases under drone siege to Wall Street's panic plunge, every American feels the heat at the pump in portfolios, on supply chains. Stay locked for this exhaustive 3,000-word breakdown. Every missile trajectory, every sinking hull, every shattered life, because day 12 has crossed red lines no one imagined 2 weeks ago. The lead story scorching headlines across U.S. networks: Iran launched its most intense operation since the beginning of the war. State media boasting deployment of some of its most advanced ballistic missiles targeted squarely at Tel Aviv and Haifa in Israel. Picture the scene. Pre-dawn skies over Israel's economic heart and northern port city light up with contrails as these hypersonic-capable warheads, likely from Iran's Fateh 110 or Sejil family, arc over Jordanian airspace, evading early warning nets. Sirens wail for 15 minutes straight across greater Tel Aviv's 4 million residents. Office towers in Azrieli Center, residential high-rises in Ramat Gan, families in Haifa's Carmel neighborhood diving into bomb shelters, clutching children. U.S. relayed IDF statements confirm multiple inbound salvos, Iron Dome batteries roaring to life in spectacular intercepts, dozens of fireballs blooming mid-air, shrapnel pattering like deadly hail on highways and rooftops. No confirmed direct impacts on those megacities yet, but secondary effects terrify. A Haifa warehouse district reports minor fires from debris. Tel Aviv's Ben Gurion airport suspends flights for 2 hours. Economic output halts as coastal industries bunker down. This isn't scattershot revenge, it's calibrated escalation. Iran's military parades these strikes as proof of strategic reach, signaling to Gulf allies and U.S. bases alike that no target lies beyond retaliation range. U.S. defense analysts on cable news dissect trajectories. Launch from western Iran near Kermanshah, 200-kilometer flight time under 10 minutes. Terminal maneuvers dodging Arrow 3 interceptors. The human element grips. Parents texting final goodbyes during alerts, hospital generators humming for incoming wounded, social media flooded with helmet cam footage of dome interceptions painting night orange. This operation caps 12 days of tit-for-tat, with Iran conserving elite munitions for precisely these high-value strikes, betting psychological terror outweighs material losses when 90% get downed. But the message lands. Israel's home front, once distant from threats, now pulses with invasion drills and reservist call-ups swelling to 300,000. Expand on the technical ferocity. These missiles pack 500-kilogram warheads with cluster or penetrating payloads. GPS INS guidance shrugging off jamming, speeds exceeding Mach 5 in terminal phase. Iran's state TV aired launch footage, canister erectors elevating in moonlit fields, flames erupting as solid fuel boosters ignite, command centers in Tehran tracking real-time telemetry, Israel counters with multi-layered shield, David sling for mid-course, Iron Dome for terminal, But saturation tactics strain reload cycles, Patriot batteries from U.S. allies in Jordan providing backup arcs. Casualties minimal so far. U.S. counts 2 slightly wounded in Tel Aviv from falling debris, but infrastructure ripples. Haifa's port, handling 30% of Israel's trade, delays shipments. Tel Aviv Stock Exchange futures gyrate wildly pre-open. This most intense salvo follows U.S. heaviest strikes yesterday, forming a vicious cycle where each side calibrates proportional pain. Gulf states watch terrified, Kuwait, UAE, Qatar already bloodied, knowing Iran's arc could swing south next. For Americans, the stakes sharpen. U.S. Navy Aegis destroyers in eastern Med-Track salvos, carrier groups steaming closer, 140 wounded troops underscoring direct skin in game. This hot news resets the Day 12 trajectory from attrition to potential multi-city saturation. Hot off the wires, the second body blow. At least 3 merchant ships struck this morning near the Strait of Hormuz, the 21-mile-wide artery funneling 20% of the world's daily oil, 21 million barrels, to Europe, Asia, America. British monitoring agency UKMTO issues urgent alert. First incident north of Oman. Cargo vessel erupting in flames from unknown projectile. Crew abandons ship in lifeboats. Circling rescue vessels pluck 28 souls amid oil slicks. Second tanker lists 40 nautical miles east. Hull breach below waterline. 15 Indian-Philippine crew airlifted by U.S. Navy Seahawk. Third, Greek-flagged supertanker reports drone strike on bridge. Navigation fried, drifting toward Iranian coast under tow. This isn't piracy. It's systematic interdiction. Iran's Revolutionary Guard Navy seeding chaos to choke global energy. Insurance premiums spiking 500% overnight. 50-plus vessels now anchored outside the transit zone. Enter U.S. Central Command's hammer announcement of eliminating 16 Iranian mine layers, fast attack boats converted to lay naval mines, plus multiple surface vessels in Hormuz shallows, Predator drones and F-A-18 Hornets from USS Eisenhower swarm, Hellfire missiles shredding hulls, deck guns silencing survivors, video shows orange fireballs dotting pre-dawn waters, Iranian speedboats splintering like matchwood, CENTCOM tallies 200-plus IRGC sailors sunk, mine-laying ops crippled 80%, freeing lanes for escorted convoys. Dive into Hormuz hellscape. This choke point 90 miles long between Iran and Oman handles Saudi, UAE, Qatar crude. Pre-war flow seamless, now minefields suspected in shipping channels, tankers mounting 50 cal turrets, AIS transponders ghosted for stealth. UKMTO details first hit at 4:15 a.m. local. Projectile trajectory matches Iranian C-802 anti-ship missile from Keshem Island battery. Radar guided to midships impact. Crew's mayday, crackles panic. Fire on deck, taking water. Coordinates 2612N 5622E. Rescue montage grips viewers, life rafts bobbing in swells, Iranian patrol boats shadowing at standoff distance. U.S. response surgical, P-8 Poseidon's map minefields via sonar buoys, Virginia-class subs lurk silent, surface action groups project power, eliminated mine layers, displacement 50 tons each, rocket-propelled mines were game changers. Their loss slashes Iran's ability to fully blockade, but 3 sinkings signal intent. Economic fallout immediate. Brent crude tests $115 intraday. NYMEX halts trading. U.S. gas edges 4.20 national average. Ship owners huddle in London. War risk premiums devour profits. Asia-bound VLCCs reroute Cape of Good Hope, adding $2 million fuel each. For U.S. consumers, this translates to pump pain. California 579, New York 449. Trucking firms pass surcharges. Grocery inflation ticks 2% weekly. Hormuz isn't a statistic, it's lifeline. Disrupt it, and factories idle from Seoul to Stuttgart. The Gulf front explodes. Kuwait's National Guard boasts shooting down 8 drones and ongoing security enhancement. Patriot batteries glowing as Iranian Shahed 136 shadows buzzed vital sites. Oil fields, U.S. bases at Ali al-Salem. UAE scrambles fighter jets responding to fresh Iranian missiles inbound from Bushehr, intercepts lighting Abu Dhabi skies. Qatar Defense Ministry confirms missile attack thwarted. Tamim Air Base unscathed, but tension ratchets. Hotter still, Dubai International Airport, world's busiest for transit, struck by 2 Iranian drones crashing nearby, injuring 4 foreign workers, 2 Ghanaians, 1 Bangladeshi, 1 Indian. Airport X post details shrapnel peppering runways, workers hit during early shift, concussions, lacerations, airlifted to Rashid Hospital. Air traffic operating normal, statement claims, but DXB delays cascade globally. Emirates flights grounded 90 minutes, 200,000 passengers snarled. This mosaic paints the Gulf as an unwilling battlefield. U.S. allies hosting 40,000 American troops, now human shields and proxy crossfire, economies blending luxury with lockdown. Detail the drone swarm mechanics. Iranian waves launched nocturnally from Bandar Abbas, loitering 800 kilometers to overwhelm radars. Kuwait's 8 downed via electronic warfare plus missiles, wreckage smoking in desert. UAE intercepts blend THAAD with homegrown systems, missile fragments cratering Palm Jumeirah fringes. Qatar's single interception echoes Bahrain's desalination woes. Water crises compound fuel fears. Dubai incident visceral, 5:45 a.m. GST. 2 drones evade outer defenses, plummet 2 kilometers short of runways. 1 cartwheeling into construction site. Shrapnel slicing workers fabricating terminal expansions. Victim profiles humanize. Ghanaian brothers on HGV visas. Bangladeshi security guard, Indian technician. Families notified via frantic calls. Airport resumes with armed patrols, but tourism tanks. Jumeirah bookings cancel en masse. Gulf states pivot defensive. Saudi F-15s patrol. Oman seals ports. Bahrain rations desalination output. U.S. bases hum. Al Udeid, Qatar, coordinates intercepts. Al Dhafra, UAE, launches F-35s. Civilian toll mounts. 12 dead cumulative in intercepts. Economies hemorrhaging billions daily. Lebanon bleeds. Prime Minister's office tallies 570 killed, 1,444 wounded since war's proxy spillover ignited Israel-Hezbollah clashes. Beirut southern suburbs reduced to rubble. Israeli airstrikes flattening Dahieh strongholds. Tank shells claiming civilian clusters. Humanitarian crisis peaks, 750,000 displaced in 12 days. UN tents sprouting in Bekaa Valley. Beirut traffic paralyzed by refugee caravans. Tyre and Sidon swell with 200,000 South escapees. Schools converted to shelters overflowing with malnourished children. Medical collapse. Rafik Hariri hospital rations bandages. Field clinics treat blast wounds. Sans anesthesia. Hezbollah rockets answer, northern Israel farms burning, but IDF ground probes inch south, armored columns probing Litani River line. Dissect the Exodus math. 750,000 is 12% of Lebanon's population. Beirut hotels shuttered for IDPs. Syrian border crossings jammed 50 kilometers. Aid convoys stall at checkpoints. Flower riots erupt in Tripoli. Wounded 144 Span fighters, 300 Hezbollah. Medics, 42 dead. Children, 180 critical. Priests' tank killing yesterday amplified sectarian fury. Maronite rallies demand ceasefire. Shia militias vow revenge. U.S. channels airage. Christian Broadcasting Network decrees genocide. MSNBC debates proxy sustainability. Lebanon's fragility, pre-war GDP per capita $4,000, magnifies suffering, no power grid, fuel imports blocked, cholera whispers in camps. Regional carnage, Iranian Red Crescent counts 1,200 plus killed by Israeli-U.S. strikes, Tehran apartments pancaked, Isfahan factories craters, southern villages ash. Israel mourns 13 from Iranian barrages, Beit Shemesh residential hit kills 9. Lebanon 570, Iraq 16 PMF Kurds, Kuwait 12, 6 U.S. troops, UAE 4 foreigners, Saudi 3, Bahrain, Oman 2 each. Total 1,800 plus, thousands wounded, 10,000 structures razed per Tehran claims. In a stunning Day 12 development rippling far beyond Middle East battlefields, North Korea's state media has thrown its full diplomatic weight behind Iran's newly installed supreme leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, son of the predecessor killed in initial U.S.-Israeli strikes that ignited this war on February 28th. Pyongyang's foreign ministry spokesperson delivered this explosive endorsement through KCNA, the regime's mouthpiece, explicitly respecting the rights and choice of the Iranian people to elect their supreme leader, while unleashing a blistering denunciation of U.S.-Israeli actions as illegal military attacks, destroying regional peace and security foundations, escalating worldwide instability. This isn't casual rhetoric, it's calculated geopolitics. North Korea, long Iran's partner in missile technology and sanctions evasion, sees Tehran's leadership transition as validation of anti-Western Axis solidarity. The timing amplifies impact. Just hours after Iran's most intense operation rained advanced ballistics on Tel Aviv and Haifa, Pyongyang's statement signals potential material support, hypersonic warhead designs, solid fuel tech transfers, even covert fuel shipments via shadow fleets evading Hormuz chaos. KCNA detailed Pyongyang's outrage. The United States and Israel mount aggression violating sovereignty, risking global conflagration through energy terrorism, strangling 20% of world oil. For U.S. audiences, alarms blare. North Korea's 70 Hwasong-18 ICBMs and 200,000 artillery shells could indirectly bolster Iran's attrition war, stretching U.S. carrier groups already bleeding 140 wounded troops. Diplomatic freeze follows, UN ambassadors clash, sanctions talk stalls as Beijing watches silently. Iran's parliament speaker hailed the backing during the fiery session, vowing axis of resistance expansion from Yemen to the Korean peninsula. This echo chamber fuels Day 12's multi-front terror. Missiles over Israel, ships burning in Hormuz, drones crashing Dubai runways. Now Pyongyang's shadow looms, turning regional war into superpower proxy redux.